Okay. Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself, and then we're going to have each of you and tell us where you're at and if you've had a puppy before and which litter you're on. Um, so I'm Heidi Elkhorn. I have lots of puppies, and I started breeding Labradoodles. I got my first Labradoodles in 2005 and had my first litters in 2006. So it's been almost 20 years that I've been doing this, and it's been a great learning experience. I've met a lot of great dogs and a lot of great people, and I never quit learning. So that is me. Okay, how about you, Sonam? Sonam? Is
Yeah.
that okay?
So like, what should I say? Like,
Okay, tell us about your family.
I'm an only child. I live in Oakland, California.
We've never had a puppy before.
Yeah, we've never had a puppy before.
We're really excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I really want one. I don't want for long.
What part of California are you in?
Wait, what?
What part of California are you in?
West.
Oakland, California.
Yeah, Oakland.
So
Yeah.
you're safe from the fires.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Okay, and you're on which litter?
Truly.
Yeah.
Scrumptious, yes. Okay, we're gonna go meet them in just a minute. Okay, and how about you, Shay?
Hey, I'm in South Alabama. We have two doodles from you, Heidi. We've got Winston, who has already put himself to bed. It's 8:30 in Alabama. He is 7 years old, and we have Watson that we got from you, who is 6 years old.
Okay.
And we are excited to bring a sibling. We're on Crystal's litter.
Okay. And is your daughter coming out again to pick up the puppy?
We haven't decided. We're in a deep discussion about who gets to go.
Okay. Both Roy and I are dealing with colds, so you'll have to excuse us with our coughs and such. So let's first talk about a few things that are really important to have ready. And one is that you have the food. It's best to feed them the food we're feeding them, at least for a little while. You could continue the rest of their life. But for puppies, it's just great to stick with the same food for a while. And that food's called Paw Tree. And you should have been receiving in your emails. Here's Roy. Receiving information about that food. You want to talk about feeding your puppy, Roy?
Well, right now we're feeding them at 6 in the morning, noon, and 5 in the afternoon. You'll probably just need to start with a half a cup, put it down for 15 minutes or so, and then pick it up. They might eat more one time than another time, but that's not a problem. And if they eat most of it, then you can start increasing it as they get a little bit older on the amount. But it's important to not feed them late in the day for crate training and on your house training. You want to know when they've eaten so that you can take them outside in a timely manner.
And they're still just finishing. Their moms are still weaning them. Actually, I think Truly is done.
Truly is done.
Because they're older, and it is Crystal who still feeds her puppies a few times a day. Just little nightcaps. Yeah. But yeah, it's really important that timing at the end of the day so they sleep through the night.
And they'll be beginning their crate training, and so usually about 10 o'clock or so in the evening, I wake them up because they're usually all asleep and get them to run around and go potty, and then put them in crates, and then take them out around 5:30 in the morning, just before we feed them. And by the time they come to you, they're usually pretty well keeping it clean and stuff inside the crate. First few nights we'll have a few accidents, but not too bad.
And you won't probably have to get up at 5:30 all the time.
But you can adjust that time to your schedule.
Yeah.
Especially as they get older. And when you do get them home, you don't want them to have full area of the whole crate because they'll think they have a bedroom, bathroom, suite. So if you have the wire crate, they usually have a divider. You can keep it pretty small so they can just turn around and stuff and make it larger as they do better about staying clean. Don't use the big fancy beds in them until you're more confident. We usually use towels and stuff that wash and dry easy in the crate. We always have a radio going, some noise and stuff also that helps them have the noise and stuff around. They're used to most noises except for city noises because we're out in the country. But we use vacuums and everything around them. They're pretty well noised to most sounds around a house, but vehicle noises and stuff, traffic noises, that can be a little bit different for them when they get to your place.
We don't work on daytime training, but you should. We just try to get the nighttime down, and that gets them used to the crate. And then you can work on daytime training. A crate is their friend. It's their puppy cave. They should like it. So you can work on that. House training. Everybody's like, how do we house train? Well, we've started a few things for you. Why don't you tell them what we've started, Lloyd?
We start them with litter box training. We start with potty pads and a metal grate over them when we first start them on weaning. But right now they have an indoor-outdoor area, and they have a litter box outside and a litter box inside. And in another week or so, they'll be taking the litter box out of the inside to where they only have a litter box outside. And normally each litter is a little bit different, but normally most litters pretty much strictly go to the outside area to go potty. So they know there's an area that you're going to want them to go potty, even if you don't have a doggy door, but you'll be important to teach them that. So the first couple of days that you have them, you need to take them outside real regular to go potty. And
Like every hour?
Girls can be a little bit stubborn. They get distracted, then they want to come back inside and go potty. So you really have to watch them because they're built low to the ground so they can squat really fast. But you want to know when they want potty, because if they haven't went, especially number one, when you bring them back in, you'll want to hold them for 15, 20 minutes and take them right back outside, or put them in the crate for 15, 20 minutes. Take them outside so that they want potty. And usually after feeding them their solid food, I would put them right into the crate for about 15, 20 minutes and take them directly outside to encourage them to do their number two outside, because usually within 20 minutes or so after eating, they're going to have a number two. So that just helps on the potty training that way.
And you talked about not letting them the whole house. The fewer accidents they have, the quicker they train. So keep them confined to a room, or maybe 2 rooms. If you go in the other room, you can take them. You might take them on a leash or might watch them. But if you let them roam the whole house, it's pretty hard to house train them, because they'll go down to the far end where there's a piece of carpet, or perhaps your white cashmere sweater fell off the chair. They like to go in something absorbent, and then they'll use that area. So you want to set them up for success because they learn faster that way. Okay. And we don't give treats when we're house training them. Unless we have a really stubborn dog, then we might, but we don't tend to need to, because it's a reward enough, oh, good dog. They feel good, so we don't tend to do that. But you do give treats for positive reinforcement in other types of training. And that's another thing you have to watch. Sometimes people contact us and they say, our puppy won't eat the food you told us to feed him. And we say, how many treats are you giving the puppy? And they're like, oh, yeah. Because just like us, they'd rather eat junk food than to eat their nutritious food. So watch how many treats you give them. And as far as training starts now when you get them. Because if you wait like 2 months and then you say, nope, you can't jump on me. Nope, you can't get on the furniture. They're like, what happened? They're confused. So it's kinder to train than to retrain. So think about, I mean, the puppy's little. I know it's really hard to think about them being an adult, but what do you want them doing as an adult? What do you not want them doing? And start with that right now. We've sent you information about Baxter and Bella. That's an excellent program. Or there's probably really good trainers near you if you prefer using a trainer. But a trainer or some kind of training program is really, really helpful. Should we go in and check the puppies?
Yeah.
Let's go see what these are. Truly's puppies. Let's see. Turn this around. Here they are. You guys are nice and quiet. Sometimes it's like loud and rowdy in the other room. Sometimes it's quiet. So we'll just watch them for a minute and then Roy's going to pick them up. He knows them by their rickrack color, not by their names. So maybe you'll know their names to straighten Roy out with. They want him. You can see they're going, pick me up, pick me, pick me.
You didn't get supper yet.
Yes, tonight is an exception to the rule. We found if we feed them and then have a 6:30 meeting, they all want to poop in here. So they're having a late dinner. Okay, who is this, Roy?
Green.
Green. Whose name starts with a G? Is it a girl?
Boy.
It's a boy whose name starts with a green. Do you remember who that is?
Rose?
No, but huh? Isn't he cute? He has a
Yeah.
liver nose. So dogs have liver or black noses. And if they have liver noses, their eyes are actually a lighter color. I don't know if you can see that here. They're like people eyes. You can see every detail. Who's next? I'm way over there.
Navy.
Here's baby blue, a boy.
Black nose.
He has a little white chin.
Yeah, is it
The
black?
pictures, the photos this week are just adorable of all the puppies. They're just getting so cute. Okay.
Gold. Male.
That's a girl. Hi there, sweetheart. She has white on her chest. Oh, a little bit of white nail polish on some of her front paws. Yeah.
Aw.
Ed.
Red.
Male.
Oh, yes, you're a cutie.
Orange.
Yeah.
Male.
Neil. I think that's Owen, unless I'm mixing him up with another. There's one way over
They're
there.
white.
It's like, I don't want to. So this is a litter box. This is our porta potty. It's the lid to a Rubbermaid container. Over the top is shelving you might buy to organize your closets, and inside are wood pallets, like for a wood stove or for a horse stall. This is White.
Yeah.
Hi, White. Yeah. They are just adorable. One wants my shoe.
Oh,
Yes, they love shoes. The only thing better than shoes is shoelaces, and the only thing better than shoelaces
bear
is
toes.
toes. Oh my.
Bear toes.
Watch out for your toes. See. Yeah. You just want someone to hold you. Okay, we'll go back. And while we're going over things, Roy will switch out those puppies. I gotta figure out how to turn this around again. There it is. And And we'll have Crystal sitting. Okay, so we talked about treats and training and not giving them too many treats. We try to avoid treats that are hard because you want them to be able to eat it really quick and want more. We avoid chicken just because, excuse me, some dogs get diarrhea from chicken or throw up. Not all, but quite a few. You're going to be getting a folder for your puppy. And in the folder, it has a health data sheet. And it lists all the things we've done for your puppy. And you'll notice one of the first things it lists is like worming medications. And it's all preventative. Because puppies put their faces on the ground, it's important to treat them for things like that. So it'll say the date and the product, and then it says preventative. So when you go to the vet with that, make sure they read the preventative, or they might have a heart attack that your puppy had so many problems, which it didn't. It was preventative. Below that, we talk about the vaccinations. The worst thing that puppies can get right now on the West Coast, and I'm sure it's true in Alabama too, is parvovirus. Parvovirus is deadly. And so we actually give the puppies ourselves 2 vaccinations of what's called Neopar, and it's just for parvo, just to prevent parvo. And they only last 2 weeks. They're just a quick vaccination. Your vet isn't going to count them, and that's okay. They did their trick. And then below that, it will say DHPP, which is the common vaccination you give a puppy. So at the age of 8 weeks, DHPP is the only vaccination your puppy could have had by this time, and your puppy will have that. The page behind that is from our vet's office, and it says it's from the vet's office and your puppy had a DHPP. So when you go to the vet, you would take those 2 papers so that they can see how your puppy was cared for and what it had. Your puppy will also be microchipped, and we'll have that microchip number available for you. Once you choose your puppy, Tiffany will register the microchip and give you a temporary password. And then you can go in there and you can add other people if your dog got lost that could be contacted, or maybe update the name or whatever, but your puppy will be microchipped. Your puppy is not fully vaccinated when you get it. It's too young to be. So don't put your puppy on the ground where there's been other dogs. Basically, your yard probably is fine, but don't take your puppy to the park and put it on the ground till it's fully vaccinated, or even down your sidewalk of your street. Just be really cautious that way. A puppy can be fully vaccinated by around 16 weeks. And there's lots of other vaccinations you can choose to do depending on what's going on in your location. But we only do the DHPP for your puppy because that's the basic, and you can add whatever you want to that. But just remember, the puppy's not fully vaccinated. It's really important, to protect the puppy. But on the other hand, socialization is important. And socialization is getting it used to sights, sounds, smells. So that would be taking your puppy out and about. You would just carry it. But if you're out and about and your puppy's getting really squirmy, you're like, oh no, I think my puppy's got to go to the bathroom. I would find somewhere where I didn't think other dogs had been. And one suggestion is like the side of a church. There's not a whole lot of dogs at church. There are some, but there are fewer than other places. And let your puppy go to the bathroom there. But otherwise, just carry it everywhere you can. If you're going to the grocery store, maybe somebody else can sit in the car with the window down so the puppy can hear all the traffic and the people walking by and that kind of thing. So just get them so they can hear all that. In your folder, we have a typical daily. It's not set in cement, but it's kind of like you get home and you're like, oh, what do I do now? And this schedule will help you, remind you of what you can do if you want. So that will be in your folder, along with some information about grooming and a few other things. I think we have told you about NuVet. NuVet's a supplement we like. It's this NuVet. When they're puppies, we give it to them in granular form. It has a little scoop and we just put it on their food. But as they get older, they call them wafers, and I just break them in half and I give the puppy half of one, like as a treat, make it sit or whatever you're working on, and give it half of a treat so that it gets what it needs. And then when it's 6 months old, it can have a whole one. But I would not buy the granular. I would buy the they call them wafers, and they just help their coat look good. They help them bounce back if they get sick. They just help them build strong immune system. And NuVet sells a few other things I like. One thing I'm really particular about is the shampoo, because you're going to be hugging that puppy. You want a shampoo you like the smell of. And NuVet has a puppy and kitten shampoo. And it just smells sweet, light and sweet, not too heavy or whatever. And whatever shampoo you choose, I would drink a bottle of water. And I like the ones with the pop top for this. And then I would fill it up 2/3 with water and 1/3 with shampoo. And the reason I would do this is it's really important to not switch puppies. You want to make sure you get all the shampoo out. You don't want it sitting on their skin because it's an irritant. So if you have it diluted, it rinses out of their coat much easier. And if they're really dirty, you just wash them 2, 3 times, whatever. But this is super thick and it's harder to rinse out. That's why we suggest whatever shampoo you get, dilute it to 1/3 shampoo to 2/3 water. And when you wash a puppy, you get it wet and then you get it shampooey and you lather it up. And the last thing you wash is their head, because that's what they don't like the most. And then they're going to shake. Once you do their head, they're going to shake. Make sure you rinse them all out and they're going to shake, and then dry them with a towel. And we always use the blow dryer to dry them. It not only makes them look really cute and fluffy, but it helps separate their coat. And we're going to send you home with a brush. It looks like this. You can see, so this is a really old brush. It's bent. And the thing about their coat is we're going to tell you to brush it once or twice a week. Play with their fingers. Oh, they don't have fingers. Play with their paws, their tail, their ears, their nose, so that they're kind of desensitized. And then brush them. And a dog is going to get a mat on its skin. Like if you brush long strokes, you're not getting to the skin. You're getting the ends of the hair, but a true mat is going to happen on the skin. So what you do is you brush a little, bring down a little more, brush a little, brush a little. When you've brushed all the way, you think you've done a really good job, get yourself a doggy comb and start combing. If the comb gets stuck, that means you need to get out the brush and brush again. So getting them used to the brush, the comb, their tail, their ears is really, really important. And we would suggest starting right away, just in the evening, do it. If they're kind of bothered, maybe do it at a time where you can give them treats or something, so that they find it to be pleasant. Labradoodles have ears that hang down. They're floppy. They get hair in them because that's what they do. Australian Labradoodles have hair, not fur. Fur sheds, hair doesn't. So their ears can get yeast infections or other things. So we suggest you get an ear cleaner. NuVet has a really good one. There's some really stinky ear cleaners. This one's okay. But you can get an ear cleaner at the vet or at the pet store. And what you do is you fill the ear canal with ear cleaner. Then you massage it. Do the other side, massage it. And then they're going to shake and roll and rub everywhere trying to get that out. You give them like 10 minutes and then go back in with a cotton ball or a makeup pad and just wipe out whatever comes out. There's usually something, some kind of little debris, but if there's like dark brown debris coming out and quite a bit, that's probably yeast. A lot of people think, oh, my dog has mites. Your dog will only have mites if your cat has mites and gives the dog mites. So it's probably yeast, and you might have to do it more frequently till you get that cleaned out. But let's say you've been doing this for a week or two and it's still kind of bad, or maybe your dog's scratching its ears all the time. At that point, I would go to the vet, and they have a couple different interventions to help you get your dog's ears clean. But, with the Labradoodle, I would say for me, the ears are their biggest problem, and it's not that big of a problem. It's kind of a maintenance thing we want to keep on top of. I don't tend to have any really other health issues with them. Another product that we like, which is not from NuVet, this is called Bitter Apple. So puppies they're like breaking in their new teeth and they want to chew. And then it gets all better. And then they lose some more teeth and they start chewing. So this is a spray, and we've sprayed it on our furniture, on the wood, on the fabric. And I don't know what's in it. I haven't looked, but it's bitter, and it deters them from wanting to chew. So it's kind of nice to have some bitter apple available at your house too, in case you need it. There is free insurance. I think we've mentioned it in the emails, and there'll be information in your folder about that. The free insurance, I don't know that it's the best insurance, but it's a company that offers it, and it's for 30 days free. The clinch is you have to say you signed up the day you got your dog, not the day after. So you got your dog on Tuesday, but you didn't contact them till Thursday. You got your dog on Thursday. That way they'll cover more things and won't have exceptions. It's important that you have a vet appointment. Vets are kind of hard to get into these days. So especially for you guys that are getting your first dog. So you'll want to get a vet appointment lined up before your puppy comes home. And then a lot of people say, how long can my puppy walk? Well, remember, it's not going to walk on the ground out in public until it's had all of its vaccinations. But the rule of thumb is a puppy can walk for 10 minutes for every 2 months of age. So by the time it's fully vaccinated, it could walk for 20 minutes if you practice walking with it. And you could also do it more than once a day. If you're a runner, you shouldn't take your puppy running or jogging until it's a year old, until its hips and knees are fully grown, so that you don't cause damage. If you're lucky enough to live near the beach where there's nice soft sand, soft sand's really hard on a puppy's knees. Adult dogs too, but especially on puppies. So what you would need to do is to carry the puppy across the soft sand and get on the water packed sand. That's a great place for a puppy to run. So remember, your puppy's not fully vaccinated. Remember, you need to have ordered food. And remember, you need to have a vet appointment lined up, because those are all things you should do in preparation. The puppy doesn't come spayed or neutered. You'll be signing a contract with your puppy's name on it that states you'll get your puppy spayed or neutered by 9 months of age. And we have a company called Spay Secure, and they remind you of it, so that, because that's one of those things that's really easy to forget. Do you have any questions before we go and see some more puppies?
Heidi, at what age do you recommend having them spayed or neutered?
You can do it at any time. We used to do it at 7 weeks years ago, and we didn't have a problem. But you're
were both done before we got them.
Yeah, we changed, which was good, because during COVID, You couldn't get anything done.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
no,
never had-
what's that?
We never had any issues with either.
No, it,
Been great.
If I was doing it and wasn't breeding, they would be done early, like my 3 months.
yeah. There's a million opinions out there. Vets have a million different opinions. We talked to 3 vets, and so we just ask that, we don't ask, that's part of the contract. We contract with you that you have it done by 9 months. If your vet won't do it, you'll need to find a different vet. But yeah, you could do it anytime, Shay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, let's go see 5 more puppies. These are Crystal and Denzel's. Crystal and Denzel are both what you call phantom. It slipped my head. So they have 5 puppies. 3 are phantom and 2 are hidden phantom, which means if they were daddies. So they're a couple litter different. We have black and white, we have brown, we have caramel and white, caramel and a little white, and over there we have black with brown. So they're just a nice variety pack.
Mhm.
They're a little younger than Truly's. They'll be a little bigger than Truly's because they'll be Denzel is a mini, like 24 pounds, and Mom is pushing 30. So they'll be in that realm of things. Okay, Roy's going to introduce them to us. I think he's going to demonstrate how to do their nails.
Lime.
Lime's a boy. He is actually a apricot puppy because he has a black nose. He has white feet. He's checking his tail. Phantom puppies have a diamond shape, different color on their bum. Okay, show him your favorite
So
nail.
these are nail nippers. And if you get ones for bigger dogs, still get the rounded jaw type, not the guillotine type, because they'll split the nail.
And if you don't like doing nails, your vet or your groomer can do them.
You can kind of see this has a pretty good little hook on it, and I just hook it. The next time, see if you can't hook it like that, they don't need clipped.
You're a good boy. It doesn't bother you at all.
He's sitting so sweet.
Huh?
He's sitting there so sweet.
He is. Once they start walking down the sidewalk, it's not as necessary to do their nails. It's still somewhat, but when they're puppies and they're not walking down the sidewalk yet. Here's his brother. This is Navy. He's wearing a tuxedo. So he has white gloves, white spats. See his white collar going around. And he is, let me see his nose. He's a caramel tuxedo because he has a light nose. Yeah. And there again, he's just hooking and snapping. Here's a true confession. I never trimmed any of my 5 children's nails.
Or puppies.
And I have not, well, I have actually trimmed the puppies, but not much.
No way.
No, Roy has taken care of that business, so. Okay, here's a little girl. The girls are all the
Black.
darker ones. Now you might be wondering, yeah, this is black, but she's chocolate, and she has tan on her legs.
Little white spot.
Yeah. And then let's see her tushy is a different color. That's with Phantom.
And usually eyebrows too.
Yeah.
Hers are really
Hers are
faint.
really faint.
Really faint.
She's kind of a curlier girl too. Yeah. She's black collared, so her name starts with a B. Here,
This pink girl.
yeah, her name starts with a P. She's a little curlier too. She's black and white.
And Phantom. You can see
Yeah,
on her
tad
legs.
Phantom. And to check, we check her bum. Yeah,
Oh,
different
there
color
it is.
bum. Yeah. So she is a tuxedo Phantom. She's wearing her black tuxedo, has her white shirt collar, her gloves, and her spats, and just a little bit of coloring. And we have one more girl to go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you guys all getting your favorites?
Oh, yes.
This is White.
This is White Girl, definite phantom. You can see it on her legs, her eyebrows. Don't even need to check her bum. She's for Shay, what color are your other dogs? I can't remember.
White.
Winston is a brown. I'll go wake him up and you can see him. Watson is black and white tuxedo.
Okay.
And Winston, he's in here. The bed is not made. Sorry.
Never happens at our house. Hi, Winston.
We woke him up.
Yeah. So that's how you trim nails. And here they are. Oh, yeah, you're making funny noises. Yeah. Okay, well, if no one has any other questions, we'll tell you good night and we'll be seeing you soon for choosing and all that.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great evening.
Thanks, Heidi.
Yep, you're welcome. Good night.
Good night.
Night.